Welcome back to the MVP podcast. I am here today with another very special guest out in the US of A. It's my main man, the champ, Jalen Love. How are you
What's
doing?
good? Salam, what's good, brother? How you?
Wa alaikum salam. I'm very good, man. So it's Ramadan at the moment, guys. Jalen is fasting because
Yeah.
it's still time for him to fast. I broke mine about 2 hours ago, so I'm gonna avoid drinking, eating, that sort of thing.
It's hey, do your thing, bro. Listen, man. My most of my life is making weight, so I'm used to that now.
No, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my best. But how's Ramadan going for you?
Man, Ramadan is great, man. No complaints at all. I mean, it's the first week,
Mhm.
so it's not so bad. Maybe ask me around day 15, 16, it might be a little different. But other than that, man, I'm doing well. I'm getting up for all my prayers.
Alhamdulillah, that's good.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much on point. I got a little problem. So my first prayer, Farjar, is at 5:18,
Okay.
and at near 5:18.
Mm-hmm.
So then we have, early morning, sunrise.
Yeah.
And so that's like an hour later. So if I fall asleep at like 5:30,
Yeah.
I'm slow to get up at 6:18 or 6:20. So
So
that's
would
been
you?
my hard little challenge right there. But other than that, it's been great.
So do you not sleep in quite a bit after Fajr, or do you only have that 1 hour?
Yeah, I just got that 1 hour. So this is how our time is. So yeah. So
Oh,
it's like
wow.
I gotta get right back up. So either I stay up,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because if I fall asleep, I'm gonna miss it. And I set my alarm, but I'm such in a sleep, it's over.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, fair enough. I was gonna ask you something different. I was gonna say, with quarantine, are you finding the fasts easier because you're probably getting a bit more sleep? But clearly that's
Yeah.
not the case. That's the
Yeah, no, I mean, it honestly, bro, the fasting, the quarantine, um, I just try to find things to make the day go by. You know what I mean? At least so I could break my fast. So, yeah, it's not bad, bro. It's honestly it's cool. It's no real biggie for me.
it's your Instagram live. You're spending a lot of time on that.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, man, I'm not really a live guy, right? And people don't really know who I am, like talking to me
Mm,
personally. So, I don't know. One day I was just like, yo, I need to get on live more. It's just like
mm.
I see people with like, I used to always like dog my live. I used to be, man, people don't. I must got fake followers, man, because I only got like 8 people in my live. I
Oh,
got plus 1,000 followers, and I'm like, wait, this don't add up. So I just been going live lately. Now I see that I'm more active. People
yeah.
are more joined and see what I'm talking about. So yeah,
That's what it is. It's about being active. I think the more active you are, the more engaging people will engage with your content. That's what
yeah.
we do. So I'm enjoying them. You get some funny people on your life.
Listen, you get some people from all over the place, and everybody's welcome. It don't matter. We don't judge. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
always say that, like, I make my jokes with people that I know, and other
yeah.
than that, but it's all respect. We get a bunch of all types of surprises stuff out there. So
I
yeah,
think,
no, it's dope, man. You just appreciate it. Like people really like want to see what you're talking about, and they want to engage. So it's dope.
yeah, the best thing that I've got from your lives is you're giving everyone a chance to talk about their businesses, about their
Yeah.
passions, about how they can start something. I mean, I've seen people like yeah, I think was it yesterday or the day before when you had the guy who was doing the kids books and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
well, that was quite cool. The guy who did the circle socks or something.
Yeah, circle socks, yeah.
Yeah, I've been paying attention. I've been there.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, man. I started a business,
Mm,
I started a business that's doing really good. We're killing it right now.
mm,
It's called Sweet Tips. It's pretty much a halal candy coated hookah tip, or a shisha tip. So
yeah.
it was just an idea I had. I brought it to life. It took me like 5 years to do.
Wow.
And so yeah, so I mean I mean, if there's any other product out there, it's nothing near what we got. You know, I know it's my product, but we really set the bar high. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so, yeah. So it's just like, you know, I've been getting these supporters. You know, people from all over Australia, the UK, and I'm like, yo, how can I give back? Like, you know, I might not buy dresses, I might not buy earrings or something like that, but I
Yeah.
can give a person a chance to come on my live and talk about their journey of starting a business, you know,
Mhm.
and you can learn from that because you learn from others' mistakes. So yeah, it's kind of dope, man. It just gives just a different lane. You know, we're boxers, so everybody always wants to talk about boxing, and that's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's just to open up a different realm of the world. You know what I mean?
I think it's good, man. You're putting yourself out there as a person, so people don't see Jay Leon, the boxer. They see Jay Leon, the human, the person,
Yeah,
Muslim, the businessman. Do you know what I mean? The guy who can give back, and that's
for sure.
I picked up in the week or so that I've been watching since Ramadan started. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's wicked, man. And you're doing it at a good time, and it's always an hour or two before food, before iftar.
Yeah.
Just
Like I
asking you
try to,
what's
like I
cooking.
said, I try to just find a way to get the day going. So you know, and get it. You know, I don't want to be on there too long, and so I'll be like,
Yeah,
all right, it's time to break fast. Thanks for joining, and I'm out. You know what I mean? And so
sick.
it works perfectly.
Nah, 100%, man. So going on to boxing, Jay. Where did it all start for you, man? Tell me, where did it start?
Yeah. It started in Detroit, Michigan. That's where I'm from originally.
Yeah,
Um, I started there in Detroit, man. I was just a street kid. You know, if you can think of your street kid, I was a hustler. I was a gambler. I was everything in that realm of the world.
yeah.
Drugs, you know. Yeah, I was a street kid, man. So I mean, now I can hustle. I can sell water to a well. I mean, I could. That's who I am, you know. Like I'm just really good at it. I don't know, you know. So, um, being in the streets caused me to fight, and
Yeah,
be in trouble, getting locked up, the whole nine. You know, all of us got a similar story. It was just my mom. She did the best she could do.
hmm,
So hustling was the way we helped her out. To keep the house together, to keep the bills paid. And so yeah, it was more of a punishment for me. Oh, you want to fight so much? Let's take you to the gym.
yeah.
And I was like, all right, it wasn't no fear in me. So I was like, cool. And I fell in love with it. Like, I was like, yo, we going back. Like, what's up? Like,
When did you start? At what age?
so I started around like third. I was around a boxing gym at a young age, but
Okay,
really it's like 13, like
okay.
12, 13 was really like my point. And yeah, from there, man, that was like a God-given talent, bro. It was just like I was good already off the top. So I learned some skills by a lot of great trainers.
Hmm.
Walter Smith, who's when I was a kid, around when he passed away, he might have been like 91 years old.
Wow.
But he was around with Sugar Ray Robinson and T. So I had like a toolage of, it was rare, bro.
You're the
Emmanuel
best.
Stewart, Javen Hill, Sugar Hill, obviously, y'all saw him train the Gypsy King.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I had the best, you know, teachers of the sport of boxing around me. So what I learned took me up the hill really fast.
Who was that number one mentor for you at that young age when you was, doing all of that stuff you mentioned, and you got put into the gym? Who was the guy or the person that put the arm around you and said, "Look, man, we're gonna help you fix up. We're gonna get you on track
Yeah.
because you got that."
The Crunk family, because that's what I originally started, Crunk Boxing Gym. The original, where Tommy Hearns and all the greats come from. So,
Yeah,
you know what, man? It wasn't one person. It was a
okay,
family. Like,
yeah,
once you survive down there, once you pass the beginner stage of making it through the doors and the sparring and the heat and just the altitude of the whole gym,
yeah,
once they see you grind through that, which was tough in itself, they accepted you as family. Like, okay, you here, congratulations. And it was, I had Hilmer Kenty, I had Man, I had so many. I can just go down the list of great fighters that Jimmy Pauls. I mean, they were all world champions. You hear me? I was around Lennox Lewis. I was around Vladimir Klitschko's. Battalion Vlad, like Emmanuel. So Miguel Cotto, Jermaine Taylor's. I mean, I can keep going, man. I was around all these different guys as a kid.
Wow. Hall of
So
Famous.
yeah, so yeah. I mean, those were the guys who was like, all right, let me show you how to do it. And that was it.
So out of all those guys you mentioned, who was the hardest worker in that gym?
Um, it's hard to like distinguish which one worked hard, bro. You had to work hard in that gym. Like if you didn't, you wouldn't survive. Like, man, some of the sparring down there was better than Showtime and HBO fights at times.
Wow.
Like people would really sit down there. If you could just get that, if we could just get some of the film or some of the sparring down there. I mean, you got to think Gerald McCullen came from our gym. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many great fighters. James Toney was down there rocking people. So yeah, bro, like just think of that realm of fight.
Yeah.
In one small basement, and all these killers of fighters just sparring, bro. It was mad. It was mad, bro.
So after having a very stellar amateur career, so what is it? 115 wins? Is that the official?
Yeah, man. I might have had like 10 losses. I don't know who made that.
No,
You know, I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, in the amateurs, it was rare for me to really lose, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He was good, man. Your Golden Gloves.
I was sweeping everything in my way. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
I used to have some really big fights with a couple guys where we would have to run it back. But yeah, man, if you was back then, if you didn't belong, you was getting destroyed. Yo, we was clipping everything. No joke.
Oh man, what made you go pro then? When did you decide? Okay, I'm good enough to do this. I'm a turn pro now.
Yeah. So we were in the Golden Gloves Nationals. I think I was in the finals. And I beat this kid who recently moved from Sweden to New York. So he represented the New York franchise. But this kid, they were high up on him. He was a good fighter. And, bro, I was just smoking this kid easy for me. That's what I thought in my head. It's easy. I would go back to my quarter, and my coach would be like, yo, good work. Like, turn it up a little bit more. You're like, you're doing it. And so, at the end, you raise your hand. You're like, yeah, I got it. And when I saw them get a decision to him, it just tore my whole soul out.
Wow.
I was like, yo, I don't ever want to do this again. I want to go with big dogs. I want to get, I'm sacrificing my life, man. I'm grinding, man. We were getting paid by USA Boxing if you were in the top guys in that bracket to get paid. So I was getting a little change or whatever, but yeah, man, I just was like, yo, I'm ready to go to the next level. So, man, soon after, that was it. We started chasing the bag. We started looking for the promoters. I was already established as an amateur, so it wasn't so hard. And God puts you in all the right positions. So it was quick. I flew out to Vegas. I was already with Cameron Duncan. He was my manager.
Okay.
He got me to about 10-0. Really good guy. I mean, Cameron Duncan, take my hat off to him. He done so well with me, man. And then I moved over to Lou DiBella, who's another great. I mean, Lou, I was fighting on Victor Ortiz, Berto 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I was on HBO like every month. Boom, boom, fighting back to back. I mean, Lou DiBella to me is outside of Al Heyman is one of the best in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So he just showed a lot of interest. It wasn't like his job to promote me. It was he like took me under his wing as like his kid. Like, yo, this is how we gonna do it. He had a game plan and so on and so forth. So with me being in Vegas, I moved out to Vegas, took a chance, sacrificed, and I grinded it out. Ended up joining camp with Floyd. They called me.
Money May.
Yeah, we ended up joining camp with Floyd. I just got a call from Devin Haney used to have a gym called the Hit Factory.
Mm-hmm.
Right. This is when Devin was like a little kid, like a baby, right? And so, yeah, his dad, opened this gym, and so it was closer to my side. So, when I first got to Vegas, I wasn't on. Like, I sold my car. I took a real chance to come out and explore my dream. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, and I was catching this like bus down to the Strip, and you feel me, like trying to find my way.
Yeah.
Um, And so yeah, man. One day I was in the gym. I just got done sparring with Badu. He had left, and one of the guys from the gym was like, "Yo, is Jay Leon still here?" And I
Mm.
was back like, "Yo, what's up?" And like, "Yo, you got a phone call." Phone call was from Boza Edwards at the Mayweather boxing gym. Obviously world champion too. A lot of people don't know. Yeah. So yeah, world champion Boza Edwards hit me like, "Hey, love, what's going on? I know you spar with the likes of so many guys." He
Yeah.
was like, "In the camp with Floyd." I was like, "Yeah, win. Like, win. Like, you know what I mean?" He was like, "Yeah, man, we'll start next week."
Wow.
And that's when the ball started rolling right from there.
Which camp? Which camp was that for Floyd?
This was the Cotto camp.
Okay, yeah. Big fight.
Yeah.
Big fight. Every
Yeah.
fight was a big fight, to be fair.
Oh, every fight. I've been to Floyd's fights, but to join a camp with this
Yeah.
dude is unreal. Like how I done seen camps with some really big fighters, but
Mm-hmm.
see his camps is totally different, bro. It's like an event. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
it's like an event every day. Like even the gym, like
Yeah.
this dude pulls up with 20 cars, and like all the craziest whips out there in the world, like $5 million cars just pulled up in front of the gym. Yo, what's up? We here to spar. Like, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Now
it was.
we had your boy Andrew Tabiti as well. He
Oh yeah,
came down to Sheffield. That's where we're based.
yeah, okay,
For the AJ camp.
yeah.
When was it now? November, December time. He was here.
Yeah,
So I had a chance to chat with him, met him, sound guy, and he was
yeah.
Mayweather, and he was telling me about AJ and how AJ is more down to earth, just more quieter,
Oh yeah.
business. Whereas Mayweather, it's like you said, it's crazy.
Yeah. I'm sure he could, but Floyd is. Yeah, it's crazy. Bro. Yeah, it's crazy.
I was gonna ask you next. What's the influence that Mayweather's had on your career, on your life since you met him?
Yeah. I mean, bro, when you talking about Floyd, I mean, when you're connected to him, even the name Mayweather,
Mm.
Floyd Mayweather, opens up so many different doors, even outside of boxing. So the influence he had on me and my career is unlimited, bro. Like the things that I learned the good, I learned the bad.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, he's made me help me grow into a household name.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm from Detroit, Michigan, a small little spot on the map. And this dude, I got fans in Africa, I got fans in the UK, all these different places.
yeah,
So, I when I go live, I get a lot of people that mention quotes from Floyd, like, "Oh, all the girls love love." You know what I mean? Like just different stuff. Like so, like people will write that to you, like, yeah.
yeah,
Everybody loves love, like you know what I'm saying. So it's crazy to hear that one man said it, but
yeah, exactly.
got fans that really think that is it. Like I'm just like got all the women in the whole world, but it's not the case at all. Like yeah,
For you, who's the greatest fighter ever? And if you're gonna say Floyd, give me someone else. If you're gonna say,
yeah, okay. Of our generation, man, you got to give. I would say of our generation,
yeah,
Floyd, a person that has exceeded the limit, beat the limitations of boxing. I
hmm
mean, made a ridiculous amount of money.
yeah,
He has now broke the cap on paying fighters. Now
yeah,
you got to pay. Now you got to really pay fighters. So I
hmm
mean, that right there has. I mean, Muhammad Ali was a great fighter. Fought for a great cause. I mean, obviously, we know how great he was, especially during his time. But to change the dynamic when boxing was known to be one of the worst sports in the world as far as treating people and how guys were being paid. So to watch a black man at that, break the mold, and now we're getting paid a ridiculous amount of money for a fight.
Yeah.
That's, you got to take that and add the icing on the cake. You know what I mean? So, I mean, he kind of showed you different business moves that a lot of fighters now are taking and putting it in their game plan and actually making it far and making something. So, I mean, you used to have like these heavyweight fights back in the day. They were getting money. But not like this.
Yeah, this is different now.
So I would give him of this generation, this era of boxing for sure. Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Before that, man, you had Tommy Hearns, who put a lot on the map. The Motor City Cobra, Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, Olympic gold medalist, world champion. Before that, Sugar Ray Robinson, Jack Johnson, the Blood. I can go. I know my history of boxing. So I can go. I mean, there's so many before him that was the first. You hear me? The black heavyweight champion or whatever it may be, especially during that time. Like back then, whoa. Just think. Yeah.
You can.
Go ahead.
No, you can. So you carry on.
Just think of back then, the things, we talk about racism and things now. But think of back then, like when they were lynching and really hanging people.
Yeah.
You hear me? And you were able to beat all the odds, become, the first black heavyweight champion. That's
big, man.
Monumental. You know what I mean? So yeah. So many. So we can name a lot.
Pick one. Come on, you gotta pick one.
Pick one. Oh man, I put Joe Louis in there too.
You did, yeah.
Yeesh. I go because I'm from the D. I and he started it off. I'll go with Joe Louis.
Joe Louis.
That's
a good shot, man. That's a good shot. He's often overlooked in these debates and these conversations.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously Muhammad Ali. You got George Foreman in the same class. You know what I mean? So you got Rocky Marciano. So he's often overlooked, maybe. But
I mean, he's done. I mean, and the reason why I say it is because I am from Detroit. Even though I think he's from Kentucky, but he fought and represented Detroit. So, you know what I mean. Even with Gerald McCullough. Gerald McCullough wasn't from Detroit. He was from a city outside of Illinois or whatever, and he just by way of Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So, man, we can talk.
It's a good show.
Yeah. Like, it's a lot you can throw out there. So I'm gonna go with Joe Louis because it's Joe Louis. You know what I mean?
No, that's cool, man. Who would you say is the best athlete ever in all sports to come out of Michigan? Any sport. They could have played there, maybe. Maybe they weren't from there, but they played there.
Barry Sanders was a great athlete.
I knew you was going to say Barry.
Yeah, Barry Sanders was a great athlete. Floyd Mayweather. I believe Chris Webber was from Michigan. He
played for the University of Michigan, yeah.
Yeah, may have been. I don't know.
Yeah.
May have been. I don't know. But, man, there's so many, man. I don't know. So I'm going to just go. I'm going to keep it real simple with you. I'm going to go Floyd, and then I'm going to go Barry Sanders.
That's a good shout as well. I can't argue with that. Are you still looking for a fight then after all this calms down then?
Yeah, sure. Like, I'm still in the game. I haven't fought in a year, you know what I mean? And we would have fought, but obviously the COVID-19 has stopped a lot. So, people ask me, like, are you still fighting? I'm like, of course. My run isn't over. Like, I'm going to definitely go into until my body says it's no more. So yeah, that's we gonna definitely run it and do the best we can and put forth the effort. But yeah, I'm with Al Hammond. It's not really looking for a fight. It's sorry, it's
Who would
just
they put you with? You got
yeah,
the fights.
yeah, it's there already. So you're not really looking for fights. It's just when the time is right. When will you fight and who will you fight?
Like obviously with someone like yourself, you're so fortunate that you've got Al Heyman. And, with some of these other guys who are with less recognized promoters or with people that nobody knows maybe or nobody knows the name, but it's a big talent. What's the biggest challenge that they face? Potentially to bursting onto the scene. Like you, for example, you've got all the talent, but you were fortunate that you met the right people at the right time,
Yeah,
and you got put in a very good position. That's all from God. But what's
yeah.
the biggest challenge these guys face? Because especially now with COVID, they may not be as financially set as someone like yourself.
Yeah. Well, the situation and a lot of things that they face is, I'm gonna just go back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guys that are not with big promoters are normally on the opponent's side of the fence.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Andy Ruiz against.
Always. I
Yeah.
mean, they made all the right things happen because they needed him so, and he was a name to fight. So yeah, they made it happen. But the opponent side, but the perfect example, Andy Ruiz took advantage of his situation and he got
Yeah.
it done. Would he be an opponent again? No.
Mm.
He wouldn't be an opponent again. So yeah, I feel like that's the biggest challenge. Being with small promoters, a smaller promoter will tell you, listen, I got you here. Like I got you to
Mm.
fight. They may not have that's all they can do is get you to the big fight. That's
Yeah.
done. Big fight is here. It's on you to do what you do. Now, if you make it past that, then, great. And, that'll be the start of something new.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that's the biggest, coming in as an opponent and actually getting the win, and it changes the narrative. Yeah, and another thing is, with the fighters and with this COVID, man, it's sad. It's not only fighters, it's working everyday working people. People that are not working, and maybe their unemployment didn't come through.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, I would tell a guy, bro, listen, the money that you're making, I don't care. Like, flip houses, maybe buy a house in your area, your local area where you from. I know in Detroit I can buy a home there for a low amount, fix it up and put it on the market for a certain amount of money, or even
Mm.
rent it out and get monthly income. Because that's the key. Because again, COVID-19 is the pause on a lot of people's careers. But what if you break your hand? What
Yeah.
if your orbital bone is out and you can't box again? Which is a lot more common than COVID-19. So,
Yeah.
I would urge anybody, man, to definitely um, find another stream of income. No matter how much money you're making, I don't care if you the Earl Spences, the Terrence Crawfords, you're feeling what's going on by not fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to think. If I go buy $1 million house, how much is it to keep my $1 million house up? My lights in my $1 million house, the water in my $1 million house, the yard of my $1 million house. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it takes money to make money, and you gotta put yourself in the right position. Boxing, I always said, is a door opener. You see guys like Gabriel Rosado, music, for example, been in a lot of good fights, a lot of big fights, made some money, but he transitioned himself not only from a fighter, but to an actor. Now he's in the movie scene. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Boxing is a door opener. You have to use it to the best of your ability because it's no real longevity. It's not no
Mm.
401k or no retirement plan once you leave boxing.
Yeah.
You leave with the money you made, and that's what it is. And that's it. Like, I see older fighters now, like, you ask them for a picture, they need $100. You know what I mean? Like, they're to that point, like they got everything now is trying to make money off of who they once were.
Yeah.
You got the internet, market yourself. Eddie Hearns, I saw him with, the YouTubers.
Yeah.
A lot of people had a lot of stuff to say about that, but if you think of business, I was smart. First off, you bring in a whole new market of fans to the sport.
Exactly.
Millions. And not only that, these guys marketed themselves to put themselves in this position. They're selling out the Staples Center. They're doing. You have to be, like you were saying, on my lives, getting out there more, letting people see who you are.
Yeah.
It gradually build your reputation and fan base. People. So if you did have a shirt, a team love shirt, and you put it out there, hey, bro, this is $20. Go buy it. Your fans and these people that support you will buy it. That's a stream of income.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say for any fighter coming up, man. Just use your brains. Don't just be the fighter, man. Use the business. Use what you can learn. I mean, everybody's making money off of you. You might as well make money off of something. You feel me?
That's wicked, man.
Yeah.
That's wicked. You know what? When we put this video out, I'm going to use that clip that you just said there.
Yeah.
Voting with that clip because I like that because we've got fighters that follow us and this gets shared on to everybody. Everyone's checking out our stories all the time. So I like that, man. That's a wicked.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's just scary, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's scary for the guys that have dedicated their lives, that aren't so established yet, and that right now they're working. Right now they jumped on the job, to make the ends meet, to help the family, keep the lights on, food in the fridge. So, yeah, I mean, but this talent that they've committed their whole life to is on pause because boxing is on pause.
Exactly.
The world is on pause. So right now, take advantage of it. The world is not moving currently. So build something. Put a master plan in place and bring it to life, man, so where you can, survive the situations of the world like this.
100%, man.
Yeah.
I've got one more boxing question for you, Jay, before I do let you go, man, because I think we've overrun massively in terms
of. Really? Sorry if I talked.
No. I could talk to you for time, to be honest with you, but I know obviously you're fasting as well, and
I'm cool though, bro. I'm just with the flow, bro. Go ahead and do your thing.
We keep it going then. I got a couple of questions then. First one, you obviously in the gym with well, not in the gym, but in the same company as Gervonta and these guys, some of the big names. Who do you think, or who, in your opinion, is the most exciting young talent in boxing?
Oh man, you got Gervonta Davis.
I love that guy.
Devin Haney.
I love that guy.
You got a kid. We call him Boots. What's his name? Jerome Ennis.
Oh, Jaron Ennis.
Jaron Ennis. Yeah, I just call him
big guy. He's really good, man.
Yo, he's fire, bro. That kid is gonna be a real problem.
He can bang.
He's gonna be a real problem. I'm trying not to say the names that are already out there. I mean,
yeah, of course.
Even the Ryan Garcia. I mean, don't get it twisted. Kid is doing his thing too.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia, Shakur Stevenson, Richard Hitchinson, Lil Hopkins, Scooter. I mean, that's how I know him as a homie. So yeah. You got Philly fighters. You got a bunch of DC. You got a bunch of Detroit young fighters coming up. The block is hot when you're talking about young prospects, bro. So, I mean, they are the generation. I'm not gonna lie. In the next couple of years, bro, it's gonna make a boxing. If everything can get back the way it needs to be, boxing can really be that sport of once again. These young guys got it, bro. For real.
I've got a controversial question for you, yeah?
Okay.
And answer it honestly. I know you know a lot of these guys personally. First of all, do you follow any other sports in America or generally?
Yeah, I follow pretty deep.
You follow the NBA?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I've seen you at courtside, not personally seen you, but
Yeah, no, yeah. I like the game for sure. Yeah.
but back in, especially you'll know this better than anybody because you're from Detroit.
Mhm.
Boy Pistons, what they did to Jordan made Jordan the guy who he is today because they were competitive. Those guys would
Yeah,
literally physically abuse someone to get what they wanted in a sporting sense.
yeah.
The New York Knicks, Chicago Bulls, all of these teams
Yeah.
were physical. Nowadays, people say the NBA is a lot softer. You know, people don't care as much about winning. It's more about the money.
Money, right?
If we could put that to boxing, do you think that people care less about the legacy of winning more than the money, or do you think it's the other way? Do you think people
Mhm.
still care about, because you got the Floyds, you got the people who they don't want to lose. There's very few,
Right,
and obviously a loss does come. But
right.
a lot of people say there's a lot of people out there who just come for the paycheck, come to cash the paycheck.
Sure.
What do you
It
say
is.
to that?
It is. It is. It is. As a fighter, whether I lost, a couple times in my career, and I was pissed that I lost. Yeah, my
Yeah,
check was fat, but I was like, yo,
yeah,
I lost. Like,
yeah.
I'm just a loser with a bunch of money. Like, that's how I felt. You know what I mean? I'm just a loser with a bunch of money right now. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, no. I mean, me, it always, every loss, I was never excited about a loss because my check was huge. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So, yeah, it wasn't. I was hurt. I lost. I can't believe I lost. How did I do it? I'm looking at a bunch of money, but it's like, yo, I can't believe I lost. I
Yeah.
ain't spending the money now. I'm still in this rut because I lost. But there's
Mhm.
guys out there that's like, yo, F it. I
Yeah,
just got
exactly.
a bag, so it's all good. And maybe that's because they lost the love and the passion of competing. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
in a position to where they just can make money at that moment. You know what I mean? And don't
Mm.
get it twisted. It's all yeah, for sure. We all want the money. We all want to be comfortable. We
Yeah.
all want to have the liquid cash and the and credit because I'm a big
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a big credit guy. You can have all the liquid cash you want. If your credit ain't good, you ain't nothing. Yeah. So yeah, no, I mean everybody wants that, but I don't know. I will say that it's a lot of guys that are just there for the check, and it sucks. I wish we could put the passion into a lot of these fights again. A lot of guys don't fight because they're turned down fights because the numbers aren't right.
Yeah.
That they are putting their life on the line. I mean,
Of course.
for others, entertainment, you should definitely pay them what they deserve, especially in these big
Yeah.
fights.
Yeah.
But it's about the money. I
Yeah.
remember it was like, yo, your next check, if you beat this guy, your next check will be bigger. Don't worry. I'm like, all right,
Cool.
give me the next guy then. All right, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like I came up like that. So like, okay, yeah, don't worry, Jay. I know you got paid this much this fight, but you beat this next guy, bro. I promise your check is gonna be big. And that was my thing. Let me smoke this guy and win and destroy him so I can get to the bigger bag. So that's what it was. But it helped motivate me. So I
Mm.
bust my butt in the gym. I mean, I grinded it out 100%. I didn't miss a run. I didn't do nothing to knock me off course from beating whoever so I could get to the money. You feel me?
Exactly.
But yeah,
Fair enough, man.
passion is definitely gone from a lot of fighters. This is just about money.
Yeah, that's the thing, and obviously it's easier for me to say on this side because obviously I'm not a fighter, but
Yeah,
it does seem like money talks a lot more in the sports
yeah,
world than it did before. I think
sure.
because a lot of these things are a lot more accessible. You're easy to get a Ferrari or a nice house or the
Yeah.
rollie on the wrist.
Yeah. Well, you know what, man? I don't know. They just aired this Jordan documentary, right? And
You're watching it at the moment.
yeah. So yeah,
Good.
this Jordan documentary, and they were talking about how much Jordan got paid, where really the other players couldn't getting really
Yeah.
no money. Talking about Scotty made this much and whatever.
Mhm.
But even though he was getting the biggest bag on the team,
Mhm.
he outshined and performed everybody.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, he deserved the bag from what he was putting up. You know,
Yeah.
obviously it takes a team effort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Jordan was definitely, he was definitely a leader. He was leading. I mean, he'll hurt your feelings. He'll tell you
Exactly.
like, "Hey, you playing, bro? Get out. You know, leave. Get out of here. Or, I don't
Exactly.
want you on the team." Like he was like that
Yeah.
because he wanted to win. He had the passion to win. Yeah, the money is there, and that's why I say about Floyd. Like, yo, this dude got everything in the whole world.
Yeah.
I mean, everything in the whole world: cars, houses, watches, females, jets, yachts, whatever, bro. I mean, let's check out unless he got it. You feel me? But he still seeks to go in that gym and work
Yeah.
like he's broke. Work like he don't have a dime in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
It's the difference.
It's the difference. Yeah, exactly. Wow, you know what, you said it the best, man. It's the difference, and
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to leave it, man. It's a
Yeah.
good place to leave it because that got deep. That got hella deep right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Got philosophical all on me, but that's cool, man. But I just want to say, Jay, it was a pleasure talking to you, brother, as always.
No doubt.
Thanks for coming on. I'm looking forward to your Instagram live in a couple of hours.
Yeah, for sure.
See who comes on today.
I'm up here brainstorming topics right now, so you got a different people. They want to talk about certain things and certain things. I'm like, y'all can't talk about that right now.
Yeah, not this month anyway.
But nah, so I'm brainstorming. So yeah, I'll catch you on there in a few.
Inshallah. But no, one last question before I let you go, Jay. What's the number one rule of Fight Club?
We always talk about Fight Club.
My guy, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Gotcha.
I like that. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
All right, brother. Take it easy.